order of business, is there anybody that has a conflict of interest with anything shown on the agenda?
No.
No,
No.
No.
Uh,
My
the-
first question, sorry.
No,
it's a
no.
Okay, next on the agenda is, paying of some warrants. Tony, do you have some warrants?
I have a payroll warrant number 15 for 40,997.83. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
We have a motion by Mike, seconded by Naomi. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? So carried, 400.
We just adjust the cameras. Tony's a little cut off on the camera there.
oh, I'm sorry.
That's because I need a haircut.
There he is.
There I am. Okay, I have another payroll warrant, number 16 for $35,619.95. Have a motion?
Yeah, okay, so moved.
Moved by Naomi,
Second.
seconded by Mike.
What is it?
That's a payroll warrant for $35,619.95. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 400. I have another payroll warrant, number 17 for $26,287.27. You have a motion, Mike?
So moved.
Second,
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?
are there items above?
It's payroll.
Oh, it says.
Now we have. I have a warrant number 33 for $94,783.16. Do you have a motion, Mike? It's easier.
So moved.
Yeah, all right. It's moved by Naomi,
Second.
seconded by Mike. Items over 1,000. Apache salt for 5,600. Huzik LLC. That's for 1331.
Oh, let's see.
That's, is that Allegiance? Allegiance of
Yeah.
Huzik?
Yeah, I think it's they just changed their name.
Okay,
It's still, it's where the trucks are repaired.
okay. Another one for 1520. That's Huzik. Another one for 3,030. Huzik. Another for 9,978. Another one at Hoosick for 4,225. BCRC is 7,000. Bearcom for 1182. The Sheriff's Department for 3,500. O Fuels for 1398. William Daly for 11,254. Another one for Daly, 6,025, 55. Another one for Daly for 2,650. Another one for Daly at 3830, 3880. Idleman Sales, 1120. Okay,
All of those, highway related ones might be an audience
Yeah.
under the coding. You could dig through the invoices and see what it
okay.
seems to relate. To.
Goldstone for 7,155. Quartz Corporation, DBA for 8960. And Campbell Wilmington for 1,274. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 400. Oh, they take the folder.
That's, Tony did it. I didn't know how Joan was gonna feel about it, but I guess
That's great.
very strongly. I
Yeah.
told her not to replace it.
No, no. Okay. Announcements.
It's an heirloom. But I think there was another, wasn't there another, smaller, warrant, like one page?
The payroll and one expense.
Tony must have done something. What, let me see if I can find it.
We have four here, Mel.
Oh, okay. Is that one, did we approve?
We,
that?
we did this.
Oh, okay.
Did you?
4 payrolls.
We have 3
There-
payroll.
No, three payroll and one expense.
I think, Tony must have, filed it. I mean, you can keep going and I'll see if I can.
Okay. Okay, let's continue, Mark.
Okay, the next thing is announcements. I have the usual plea for people to serve on some special committees. There's the Town Green, the Coal Hall, a committee that's going to talk about the making Coal Hall ADA accessible, the sewer feasibility study, and a special economic development committee to work on the Town Green and all that sort of stuff, how we're going to pull all that together. Does anybody else have any further announcements?
No.
Is there anybody there for public comments or anybody on Zoom?
No,
Nope.
Melanie, I guess treasurer's report.
she's in her office.
you wanna pull up the cash first? There was a little warrant that I guess Tony must have done something with, and I will, find it for the next. No, it's just a one pager. It was one check. I've already written the check. So it was one of these, it was a payment that went into, it was about $565, I think. It was a payment that looked like a water check, and it went into the water fund. And it turned out after the fact that it was actually meant to be treated as a delinquent tax check.
Right.
So I had to transfer the money from the fund to the general, to the checking account. And I wanted not to waste any time getting that money over to Holly. So I cut the check, so we did it sort of an after the fact warrant, and that needs a signature. So I don't know where Tony put it. I can recreate it if I have to. So that's what that was. I didn't want, especially did not want crossing a month with that money in the wrong place. So that's why I did it the way I did. It's not totally kosher. That's why I want to be sure that we get a signature on that as soon as we can. Okay, so looking at the cash flow. You know, a lot of delinquent taxes you expect this time of year, not very much else going on. At least that's what the numbers say. I feel like I've been frantically busy, but not with money coming in or out. If you want to go down a little bit more, and yeah, there's that payroll you just dealt with. So our cash balance, you can see, we talked about this last time. That's a very realistic look to get us through the end of June. I think we're in pretty good shape. You know, knock on wood, a bad snowstorm could change that. But right now it looks pretty good. I don't compare it to budget in the middle of the month right now. So and also there were a couple of payrolls missing, so that wouldn't even be very informative. So at the next meeting, when I close out February, I will do that. So we have a better sense of where we are versus budget. So our cash position looks good. I think we look pretty good versus budget too. If we want to take a quick look at the reserve funds. The only thing going on there is the 260 line is water. That's just a couple of late payments. Nothing else going on with that. The only other thing, this is the time of year when people realize they forgot to save their tax bills. I'm getting requests 10, 20, 30 a day for people to get copies of their tax bills. So to make sure that you get in touch with me if you don't have it. You need it to fill out your HS 122. So please don't leave it to the last minute. Everybody out there. You need them to do your homestead declaration. Any questions about any of that?
No.
Okay.
No, good.
I'm gonna go look one more time.
Yeah.
And I don't know where's he gonna put it.
It was so great to see that so long.
Yeah.
I wrote down the shortcuts for other people.
Okay, the next on that I have on the agenda is we just want to announce another time that the town is entered into a contract with a real estate agent to purchase the building right directly behind Cole Hall, the house right directly behind Cole Hall. This will help us create a larger area for the town green, and also the possibility of some of a low-income housing or some other form of housing that is desperately needed in Shaftsbury. So again, this is just an informational thing, is purchased with ARPA money. So therefore, we do not have to get taxpayers' permission to this, but we are telling everybody what our intentions are. Okay. Tony,
The guy
you
has the warrant.
got
Yeah.
a warrant? Okay.
So I have a warrant, number 33 for $545.60. Moved by Mike, seconded by Naomi. Any questions? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No.
Thank you for finessing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, the next on the agenda is the establishment of an energy committee. I think it has been recommended by the planning commission, or at least recommended to the planning commission, and the planning commission has recommended to the select board that we form an energy committee. That this will consist of people that will advise the town on how to be energy efficient, so on and so forth. Um, does anybody have that so we can pull it up on the screen? What the, or
Wow. Hmm, I had it. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Look at that. Gee,
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you, Jen.
Hands are expert. It's so much fun.
I can't see it, so can somebody just read or paraphrase it as to what it is?
Can't see it.
It's not showing up on my screen.
Hang on a second, Art.
Talk about it.
Yeah, but I want Art to go.
Oh,
Yeah. And I guess it would be nice if the public could see it as well.
Well, that's what I'm
So-
trying to make it
I
do.
know, I'm just saying that I'm not.
Yeah.
gonna-
Oh.
So it's visible.
Can you see it now, Art?
Not quite. I got a blank screen there. I see Naomi and Shaftsbury Select Board and Planning Commission, but that's all. There we go. You got it. Very good.
Okay, so the enhanced energy plan, developed originally, the first draft by the BCRC and the final draft by the Planning Commission, makes a recommendation, which was the BCRC's original recommendation. And the Planning Commission endorsed it, for the town to have, for the select board to form an official municipal energy committee that would advise the select board and other relevant pieces of town government, most particularly the planning commission of this, on all issues related to energy. And the planning commission operationalized it with a mission, which is here on the screen. So basically making recommendations to the select board about energy use and transition to renewable energy sources and climate resilience. And that's one half of its mission. The other half is to provide citizen education and resources with relation to the same. And then the Planning Commission felt that in order for this to be a meaningful committee, it would really need to have people who provided some knowledge base. And so we came up with these lists of things that, you know, each person should have one or more of the following, hopefully, as per the Planning Commission's recommendation. All of these would be represented on this committee. We would do as best we could to find such. Professional experience in community engagement, the last one, which is not technical looking is actually, from the state's perspective, a pretty important piece of this. As we understand the way the state has outlined these energy committees, because it's really important for towns to be getting citizenry on board to utilize all of this. And so the technical people who know about design and construction of electrical systems, for example, don't necessarily know how to reach out to the community and make people understand why that's important. So that is the recommendation of the planning commission to the select board, and I turn it to you for the discussion and adoption. Hopefully.
Okay, so I think probably I would assume the process would be that somebody make a motion that we adopt the recommendation of the planning commission and form a energy committee. I don't know if we have to get into the makeup of it as far as when it meets and how many times and all that sort of stuff. I think probably the first thing to do is just get people to sign up and become members of it, and then you can probably go on from there. Is that the best way?
I think so.
Yes,
Yeah, they would decide on their own organization.
Mhm.
so I'll move that the committee be formed.
I have a motion by Tony
I'll second.
that and a second by Mike, that the select board appoint and, or, start, actually, uh, have formed an energy committee and ask for people to, volunteer to serve on this. And this is an ongoing committee, I would assume, that would go on for years and years.
Standing committee, I guess.
Standing committee, yes.
Think you'll get members?
I think we may have to beat the bushes.
Yeah. I was gonna-
Yeah.
They actively put out the word. If anybody is watching this and has some ideas about people who would be appropriate for such a committee, please contact us.
Yeah,
Do we want discussion of this? Are we in the discussion?
yeah,
We're in the discussion because we have a motion and a second.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a recommendation from the VLTC. It's coming through the enhanced energy plan. That was part of their
It's the BCRC.
VCRD, right?
Yep. Mhm.
So, you know, if that's the way they feel it's best done. Maybe we're coming from a place of having done this in other towns, and so feel comfortable with their recommendation.
this is an important committee. I mean, it's future thinking.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah, that's the idea.
yeah. I think you will have to beat the bushes though. I'm sure there are people with expertise in the community.
I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure we're all in agreement with this. Is there any further discussion? If none, all those in favor say aye.
I,
Aye, opposed? So carried, 400. Now we just have to beat the bushes, I'm afraid.
Right.
Next on the agenda is the official appointment of the Historical Society to prepare the town for the 250th anniversary, which is a few years away, but it's got to be started now.
yes,
Yes, so the Historical Society brought to us this Vermont 250th anniversary resolution. I'm sorry, Ori.
No, go ahead,
You want me to read it?
please. Or paraphrase it, I don't care.
It says that, I'll paraphrase, it says that the governor signed an executive order to create the Vermont 250th Anniversary Commission. That the commission hopes to engage every city in town in this, and by adopting this, we hope to inspire Vermonters to learn from the history, legacy, and context of the past to build stronger communities for the future. And so the town of Shaftsbury resolves to officially establish a local committee to work with the Vermont 250th Anniversary Commission.
Okay.
And I think we had agreed previously that we wanted to
Yep.
the Historical Society to serve that role, and they have agreed and are in fact already engaged in that.
Yeah, I think our previous minutes indicated that we wanted to turn this over to the Historical Society, but this is an official thing that we actually sign and make sure that everybody understands they are in charge, okay? So is that a motion? Somebody want to make a motion that we adopt this?
So I'll move that we adopt this resolution and pass it back to the Historical Society for filing with the state.
Thank you, Naomi.
I'll second that.
Second by Mike. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? So carried 400. Okay, the solar ordinance is on the screen, Jen.
Shall I return?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, might as well go on. Okay, the next on the agenda is we have a solar ordinance that was presented to us by the Planning Commission that we adopted our last meeting. We were not sure of the exact process that we have to go through. And since then we have found out, and that process is that upon its adoption by the select board, it has to be posted in all the places that we have to make postings within 14 days. When we found this out, we were too close to the 14-day deadline. So we decided that we would adopt it at this meeting, post it as soon afterwards as possible within the 14 days, and that the public has 44 days to review it. And if they are not in favor of it, they have to come up with a petition signed by Shaftsbury voters that would bring that to a special election. If no petition is brought before us, this becomes law or the rule 60 days after this date. So it would, without a petition, this would become effective on April 20th, according to my calculations. Do people agree with this process?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so why don't we go through the screening requirements, which is what the ordinance is. This is all part of the enhanced energy plan, but this is the ordinance part of it, which can be enacted by the select board.
So
Naomi, you
Well-
worked on this?
Jen, can you get it up on the screen?
I have the ordinance adoption, I have the proposed ordinance, and I
That's
have,
it.
which one do you want?
Proposed ordinance, yeah. Yeah. So, Art, do you feel it needs to be read again in its entirety, or?
No, just I think paraphrased it. We we've already shown it once before, but I think we ought to do it right, at least paraphrase it or talk about the highlights.
Okay, so, this is an ordinance that establishes screening requirements for ground-mounted solar electric generating facilities that are larger than 60 kilowatts. And it says that any solar facility with a capacity larger than 60 kilowatts will be screened following the requirements in this ordinance. And can you scroll down? It spells out how the screening should be built, what it should be made from. And then it says that in invoking the Quickie test for aesthetics and the potential for visual mitigation, the select board will form a 5-person panel to serve as the average person, and that panel shall be drawn from each of 5 standing committees or commissions in the town, and the panel will render an opinion to the PUC on the adequacy of the proposed screening no later than 90 days from the date of the panel having been convened by the select board. And that's the essential pieces of that ordinance, which will be also posted in all the regular places in its entirety, including downstairs in Cole Hall. So people can read it, and it'll be on the town website, right?
Okay, thank you, Naomi.
Mhm.
So I guess at this time, I would entertain a motion that the select board adopt this ordinance as presented to us by the planning commission.
I move for adoption of the ordinance.
So moved by Tony,
I'll second that.
second by Mike. Now we're up for discussion.
For the Quickie standard is posted somewhere.
The Quickie test for aesthetics?
Yeah,
I think it's something you can find online.
okay.
It's in the depths of state rules, regulations,
Okay,
and laws.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I don't have any questions. And been heavily discussed at the planning commission level. And, we've discussed it here at the select board, so I'm ready to adopt it.
Okay,
That's good.
no other discussion. All those in favor say aye.
I,
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So carried, 400. So I think just to be clear, this will be posted within 14 days. The public has 44 days to come up with a petition if they are not in favor of it. Otherwise, it will become a ruling or law at the end of 60 days from today's date, which probably would be April 20th. So, okay,
And I'll work with Ben, I guess. to
Yeah,
get this-
I was gonna say, could I ask a question? I usually get this stuff from the town administrator who's gonna send it to me to post.
Yeah, so I'll take that responsibility.
okay, good job. Thank you. We finally got it done. DPW report, is there one? Did Mike send anything to you, Jen?
Yes. They're still all over town cleaning up down trees and cleaning out the ditches from the windstorms and servicing equipment for the spring. They're maintaining the plow trucks, washing, greasing, and getting them ready for the next storm. They're hauling all the winter sand up and filling the sand shed at the shop. We have some trees to take down in Blue Pond Hollow Road, and they're getting that done. They're also cleaning the shop for the election. Apparently, they're not as clean as Marlene likes it,
Yeah.
but they will make us happy. They always do. The guys are great.
Yeah.
Yes, they have. Okay,
And that's it for DPW.
okay, very good. Uh, we're up to other business. There was something that the state wanted to know if we wanted to do any solar projects, and we had to let our intentions be known by March 1st. Does anybody know what that was about? Naomi?
Oh, solar projects, not your, this is in addition to the charging stations?
No, I think this wasn't specific to charging stations. This was just pretty much said that if we wanted to be eligible for any solar projects, we had to have our intentions known by March 1st.
No, I think I looked at that, Marlene sent that to us. I
Right.
believe,
Yes, that's right. Marlene sent that.
And it looked to me like we couldn't, it was an RFP for a grant, basically. But we didn't have any place to put those things. It would have been on the roof of Cole Hall or on the roof of the school, but there was no time for us to get that together.
Okay, yeah, school's got a flat roof anyways, so. Okay,
Right.
Well, you can put solar panels on the front roof,
yeah,
but we just didn't have time.
yeah, okay then. Any other business? Okay. Action items, let's see, we're going to,
I'm gonna send a posting.
Yep.
To Jen.
Jen?
and, we signed the thing for the, establishing historical societies, so we'll get that to them,
I will get back to them.
pretty good. And, we'll just have to start asking people that might be interested. There are quite a few people around that understand solar and all that sort of stuff. I think that would be great to ask them to serve and help us all out on that, okay? Anything else other than that? I guess I would like to entertain a motion to go into executive session to talk about personnel, and real estate.
I move that we go into executive session.
I second that motion.
Motion by Tony, second by Naomi. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? So carried.